I am Dr. Tom Klaus, and I would like to thank you in advance for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. I was diagnosed with OPCA by Dr. Gilman in 1997, and that ended my career as a general surgeon. Then in 2003, he advised me to begin using a walker because I was falling too much, but in my mind, I wasn't ready for that. And later, Dr. Bird confirmed that I have SCA14 to kind of wrap things up. But getting to the point for this video, my movements and speech did of course continue to degrade. And like everyone else, I truly despised what was happening. And because of that, I was driven to reverse that trend to somehow regain better movement ability somehow. Well, it took years, but I was able to achieve my goal. And to this day, I enjoy near normal movement abilities. Yes, it's obvious I have some issues with my movements and my speech, but not so much that it restricts things that I want to do. For example, I still go out and play golf about once a week, 18 holes. As I began working to improve my movements, I had nagging questions which I could not find the answers to in any source I searched. And those questions were simple ones, I thought. How do our natural movements work? How do we physically do them? How do we walk so easily across the floor? What are the other people doing that I'm not doing anymore? Well, I found answers. And I shared what I was finding by working with people with degenerative disorders and other movement issues by traveling the US and internationally for about 10 years. That was very productive and rewarding, and it also forced me to refine an even more improved understanding and explanation to the practical aspects of our natural and the unnatural movements. And everything I learned and taught to those people is in this book. I documented to the best of my ability everything in here reclaiming natural movement. Now this contains all the information that I could find in no other source. This is a factual resource in every detail. From learning how to stabilize on your feet, to simple movements while standing in place, and then moving to the side, and to walking, to going upstairs and downstairs, and on uneven ground. All of that is covered sequentially in this book. Now, there are approximately 220 figures in this book, and most of these are of people that I worked with, showing their mistakes and their improvements. And there are 36 chapters and an excellent index. This book, by the way, is useful to everyone. It's for the people with the problem and for those trying to help them. That includes caregivers, therapists, medical professionals, and you might be saying, how can I substantiate that claim? Well, over 10 years of traveling and working with these people with the problems, I also worked with and conversed with therapists and physicians. And across the board, virtually none of them could answer the same questions I started this process with. And those that did begin with a reasonable explanation, it quickly dissolved into a theoretical understanding of what might be. In this book, there are no new ideas or ways of doing anything. It's only a natural description of the physical aspects of our postures and movements, of what we actually do. Now, back in 1997, I sat and listened as Dr. Gilman advised me that there was nothing that could be done that would make a difference, and there was nothing that I could do about it. That was a big hammer for him to throw at me, but he was being very truthful and honest. But today, this can change. Imagine being able to tell the people that are newly diagnosed with these neurological disorders that there is something they can do to help themselves, and the information they need is now available. We know how you can keep yourself better for longer, to have an improved quality of life. That information is in this book. Again, I want to sincerely thank you for taking the time to watch this video.